Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's preview of our latest documentation webinar, the nitty-gritty of ICD-10. Many of you have asked us, what do we really need to worry about? What is this ICD-10 thing, and what do we need to focus on? So we've created a brand new webinar for you to give you just that, the nitty-gritty of ICD-10. You're going to love this webinar because it's not going to take a lot of your time. This preview is only a couple minutes long, but the webinar itself is less than 30 minutes. In less than 30 minutes, your field crews can get the nitty-gritty of ICD-10. Of course, you all know that our material is copyrighted and protected by federal law. Yes, yes. But of course, the more important thing is when we work in healthcare, we have to be compliant, and I know you know the focus on that. I'm Maggie Adams. Many of you have worked with me before. If you need to reach out to me, there's my phone number and my email. So let's talk about what this session will address. We will teach your crews what they need to know about ICD-10, that International Classification of Diseases. Of course, every trip that they go on, they gather information about the patient's condition and they document that. But there's information that we need to focus on in order to be able to bill claims. But this isn't just about the money. This is about public health and safety, and that's what we're going to teach your crews about. This information from ICD-10 is going to let us be compatible electronically. It's going to let us compare information, and it's going to help us make improvements to public health and safety, not just in the U.S., but across the world. But we need good information to do that. And some of that information our crews need to know how to focus. So let's talk about the mechanism of injury, which is one of the big things for emergency providers. This session, this new webinar session, also focuses on issues for non-emergency providers. But for right now, let's talk about the mechanism of injury. See, under ICD-9, the system that we use now, which is outdated and been around since the 70s, and a lot has changed since the 70s, we have no place else to go. We have to move to a new system. But under that old system, we used to track the activity that occurred at the time of the event, like swimming or diving. And that was all we would report. But really, it makes a difference where you swim. If a patient was hurt when they were alone in the bitter cold, the response has to be different than a patient who had an injury in a public pool with supervision, or a bunch of kids who jumped into a shallow lake and dove and somebody sustained a head or neck or back injury, which is a lot different than an ocean swimming with a shark, which the folks in the Carolinas have done. So you can see where having information about where something happened can be fed back and make a difference in public health and safety. And under ICD-10, everything's about the rights, the lefts, the uppers and lowers. And when you look at this quick comparison, you can see under ICD-9, we never worried about that, but now we need to know upper quadrant, right arm, left wrist, what part of the body was impacted. And another big change that your crews need to understand is the impact of the GCS score on ICD-10, and we will go into that with them. Although the Glasgow Coma Scale is not changing, how they look at it and report it and how your billing department will work in it will have a dramatic impact in this new world we're going into. So there's going to be a high percentage of claims denials expected. We have to be ready for that. Even though Medicare granted a grace period, that's for Medicare claims only, we still need to put an ICD-10 code on it, and we still need to be working from the right family of codes. The rest of the payer world, not so much granting us a grace period. So folks, we have to get on board with this. Make sure we're working now and into the new year as we deal with these new systems and new challenges. Check out our newest webinar. Thanks for listening. Hope to see you online. And please stay safe out there. Bye-bye.